Hi Catherine, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. And yourself?
Good, thank you. Thanks for coming in. As you know, I had the pleasure of assessing Tommy over 3 days at home daycare, and I was able to create a learning profile on him. I would like to discuss my findings and interpretation with you on your son. I want to start by expressing to you how much I enjoyed Tommy's company and how impressive his language development is. Have all of your sons been great communicators from such a young age?
They have been, and I do have 3 sons, and they have all been able to develop with their language pretty well. And Tommy does have a very clear voice, I believe, so that does help from a young age. It gets rid of those mumbles and the stumbles.
Yep, great. What do you do at home to facilitate this development?
We are constantly talking and asking the boys questions, and we also don't speak down to the children, so we model the voice boys should be talking, and also the language they should be using as well.
Yep, I can see that in Tommy's language, so that's great. From my perspective, this is one of Tommy's main strengths. His ability to communicate with anyone about anything is amazing and really stands out to me. Do you feel as though television may play a role in Tommy's language development?
Yeah, I do believe it does play a little bit of a role. Tommy does like to watch telly, and I guess Tommy does learn a few words off the television, so the exposure to those words is what helps Tommy's learning. He does often sit at the TV, and when he's watching his favourite TV show, Thomas, if a word does come along, he will repeat the sentence or repeat what Tommy's saying, so that repetition also, I believe, is very beneficial for his language development.
Through my observations, I was able to notice that. He was often quoting movies and television shows and showed understanding of what he was saying. Another strength I observed of Tommy's is his ability to retell stories and create his own using imagination. This obviously ties in with his communication skills, but I also found it fascinating how Tommy is constantly creating stories through his play and using his imagination to bring objects to life. Do you see this much at home?
Yeah, I do see Tommy's use of imagination, and that's mainly seen through the Lego he builds, and like he has car mats at home. He can go sit in the playroom for hours and hours and just play, creating scenarios in his head, making up characters and who they are, and what their roles are. Like if there is a family, there's normally the mum, the dad. So Tommy does have a great imagination. It's always something different. It's never the same scenario when he's playing.
Yeah, that's great. Do you value his imagination in your home?
Yes, of course I do. I don't want the boys to just be narrow-minded. I like to expose them to different things, and what they come up with is highly encouraged, and
Great. Even though this is one of Tommy's strong points, it's important to value and build on his strengths, skills and knowledge to ensure his motivation and engagement is in learning. So that's stated in the early years learning framework. So although Tommy's imagination is great, just make sure you're always trying to further it. So I decided to assess Tommy on his imaginational skills and see how far they could go. I used a formative assessment tool which involved asking Tommy questions to stretch his imagination. I used this assessment when Tommy was relaxed and playing with his cars and trains, just by asking simple questions like, do you think cars will fly in the future? Or what will happen if 2 cars crash together? And I found that his imagination has no boundaries and he could find an answer to any question, which was amazing. Also, it's hard not to miss Tommy's love for trains and cars. Does this come from John's influence?
Absolutely. John is crazy about cars and any motor vehicles or automobiles. He did have a passion for trains, especially as a young age, so it is good to see Tommy looking at the car side of things, and I do see lots of benefits from Tommy coming out through the cars, like with his imagination again. So it's great.
Cool. I found it extraordinary how much information he's obtained and understands about cars and trains. For his age, his understanding is amazing. So I noticed Tommy would always name his trains and cars after characters off movies and TVs. Does Tommy often watch cars and TVs on television?
Yeah, Tommy often watches Thomas's most mornings, so he is generally exposed to Thomas the Tank Engine and those names of the other trains, but he also does quite enjoy watching the Cars movies and
Beautiful. So, I did an assessment on this also, just created a lifelike situation in the backyard just to see how far Tommy's understanding of cars goes. So I focused on road signs and safety. So it was obvious that Tommy effectively transferred and adapted what he had learned from one context to another, as stated in the early years learning framework. It took him a while to understand that there were signs on the road, but he ended up showing great understanding and was able to act effectively at each sign. So do you highlight road safety when driving?
Yes, we are constantly talking about the road rules and stuff when we are driving down the road on holiday. Tommy is always questioning, oh, what's that sign mean? What do you have to do at this time?
Yep.
And I believe it's something that should be spoken about at a young age. Children just generally around road safety and especially the signs, because that's something they're going to have to know when they do get older. So the more they're exposed to it at a young age, the better.
Yep, that's great. So after observing Tommy over the 3 days, it was clear that he has trouble sharing his favourite toys, and this often frightened off his friends and created havoc in the room. So is this situation similar to home?
Yeah, I do see that at home as well. Tommy is very possessive over his toys and his cars, especially he likes to have them laid out the one way. If someone touches it, there generally is a bit of an uproar and yeah, I think it's just because Tommy's got such a strong interest in them. That's why he generally likes to take care and make sure they don't go missing or they don't get wrecked.
Yep. Would you be willing to try some strategies to overcome this?
Oh, absolutely, because I do want Tommy to be able to interact better with the students, and as we all know, it's really good to share, so that will also benefit him when he does go into primary school.
Cool. So, at home, this can be as simple as just praising others for their sharing. So, if Tommy's brothers are sharing something, just say, great sharing, guys, and this will show Tommy that's the right thing to do, and he'll want to do it if his brothers are doing it. And just demonstrating the term in the house on a regular basis. So, let's share this banana, Tommy. You can have half and I'll have the other half. So, just, creating awareness of what sharing does and the benefits. So, the aim is to familiarise Tommy with the act of sharing and show that it is the right thing to do. Do you have any other suggestions?
No, I'm happy with what you're going to go ahead with, and if it has to, maybe do include some consequences if Tommy does refuse to share, because he's going to have to learn one way or another, but he just can't keep getting along with it, so
I agree with that.
Also.
Cool. So another area that I found Tommy was struggling with is his simple numeracy. So it's not too much to worry about as he is only 4 years old, but I feel he will benefit from basic numeracy understanding as he's going into kindergarten and in primary school. So it will just be familiarising Tommy with numbers 1 to 10 in everyday practices. So it could be as simple as counting out the grapes on the plate or counting the toys on the car track. So just constantly using numbers to talk to each other, and familiarising Tommy with the numbers will really benefit him in the later years. So will you be willing to give this a go?
Absolutely. If 1 to 10 is going to be the focus, I can definitely practice and work with Tommy at home on those things. As you said, counting out the number of peas that go on a plate or
that's it.
something. So anything to help Tommy's development, I'll be happy with.
So overall though, Tommy is showing great development progress and is such a bright young child. Thanks for coming in, Catherine.
Thank you.